Hi, welcome yogis. Today we are going to lay back and stretch. We're going to spend the whole practice on our backs. So just take a moment before we settle in to get your props ready. If you have blocks, that's great. We're going to use them in our practice today. 1 or 2, whatever you have, that would be great. If you don't, then you can use a blanket. I have folded this blanket up into a square, and just keep it close by so that as we move along I can give you some suggestions for how to use that most comfortably. If you have a bolster, which I don't at the house, so you can use that right away as we come to lay down onto our backs. If you have a bolster, tuck it right up into the base of your body as you settle to lay down onto your back. Take your blocks. As you lay down, get really comfortable. And you can place a block beneath your thighs. If your hips are quite tight, that will feel really good. Or below your knees, that lets them open up a little bit more. You can also stretch your legs longer, making them further away from your body. That makes the hip opener less intense. Or you can bring them up nice and close to your body, and that makes the hip opener more intense. So wherever you land, bring your right palm to your belly and your left palm to your heart. And close your eyes and prepare to settle in. Take a big breath in, and as you fill up, feel your whole chest area, belly, chest, press up into your hands. And then open your mouth, exhale, let out all the old stale air. Let's do that 2 more times. Big breath in, fill up, full, 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 full. Open mouth, exhale. 1 more time. Collect any tension, any stiffness, any strain in your mind and body. Breathe it up and in. And then open mouth, exhale, send it out, let it go. As you inhale, feel your belly rise up into your right hand. And then your chest lifts up into your left hand. And then pause with everything expanded, full. As you exhale, let your chest fall away from your left hand. And then your belly falls away from your right hand. Your back drops a little closer to the mat. Inhale, belly lifts, chest lifts. Pause, kumbhaka, the pause between the inhale and the exhale. And then exhale, chest falls down, belly falls down, squeezing out any remaining stale air and energy. Pause, kumbhaka. Inhale to grow your belly, grow your chest. Fill right up to the crown of your head, pause. Exhale from your throat and then your chest, and then actively draw your belly down into your spine. And take a few more breaths like that. And see if you can allow this breath to grow a little bit more smooth, a little more fluid, so it becomes a rhythmic, circular flow of breath. If it feels good to keep your palms here, then do that. Otherwise, let them fall off to the sides. As you continue to take these deep, full, nourishing sips of air, as you keep releasing, exhaling old, dark, stale, negative air and energy. And take about 5 or 8 more breaths here. As you continue to hold, just check in. Can you go in a little bit deeper? Draw your feet a little closer to your body. Or are you feeling it's already too intense maybe move your feet a little bit further away from your body. Just do what you have to do to drop in a little bit deeper for just 5 more full breaths. Relaxing your face, your jaw, your brow, tongue falling away from the roof of your mouth. On your next inhale, gently bring your fingertips to the backs of your knees and draw your knees slowly with loving kindness into each other and up into your chest. Keep your knees together as you draw circles, imagining your knees are drawing circles on the ceiling above you. Massaging out your low back. And then take a few circles in the other direction. Your eyes can stay closed through this whole practice, allowing your drishti and your gaze to stay turned inwards, focused only on you. Draw your knees up into your chest, wrap your arms around them, give yourself a squeeze, forehead right up to your knees. And then release your head down, bring your feet to the mat, hip distance apart. We'll flow through our bridge pose here. Bring your palms down alongside you. As you inhale, lift your hips, lift your heart, let your arms float to the mat behind your head. As you exhale, bring it all the way down. Inhale, hips up, heart lifts, arms up. Exhale, lower it down. Notice that each time you lift up, you get a little more height, a little more space. And each exhale, a little bit deeper of a release. Breathe in to lift. And breathe out to lower. Let's take 3 more. Now this time, if you have a block, take the block. Lift your hips, place the block beneath your sacrum. So that big triangular bone at the bottom of your spine, not along your vertebrae. If you want more, if your back is very open, you can stack 2 blocks. It's probably quite intense. Or you can turn the block sideways. If you don't have a block, this is where you're going to take your blanket. And again, you just lift up your hips, set the blanket beneath your bum. And if you want more, roll it up a little higher. So play with it until you find what feels good and right for you. This is the nice thing about a video. You can pause it to take the time to set things up however feels good for you. If you're not entirely comfortable, try to move the block down towards your feet a little bit. As you find a comfortable place, let your arms fall out to the sides. Keep your knees bent to start. Straightening, walking your legs out in front of you, letting them relax, intensifies the stretch. So find what feels good for you, and then settle in. Breathing in, and breathing out. Feel the space across your belly, your abdomen, your hips, opening up. We hold a lot of emotion, a lot of tension, a lot of stiffness, emotion, toxins in the base of our spine, around our hips and our neck and shoulders. Anything that we do to release these places releases that tension and toxins, clearing space for fresh energy, fresh intention, light, positivity. Take, 5 or 8 more breaths. Just settle in deeper and deeper with each exhale. intense. Walking them out as you feel ready for a little bit more. Or changing the angle of your block to make it more or less. Just because it feels so good, we'll take another 5 breaths here. Relax your face, your neck, shoulders. And slowly, gently. You can still keep your eyes closed, but bend your knees if they're not already there. Walk your feet back up. Lift your hips. Remove the block with a blanket. Let your knees settle back, or your tush settle back onto the mat. Bring your knees to touch. And pause a moment. Feet are wide apart, knock knees. Just take a moment here, let it settle back. Actually, cross your right arm over top your left. Let your arms hang heavy. Take hold of the back of your shoulder blades and gently draw them apart. Spread across your back. Give yourself a really good squeeze. And then change the drape of your arms. Take hold of the back of your shoulders, pull them gently apart, and then release. Relax. And then gently release your arms. Keep your feet wide apart with your knees wide apart. Draw both knees over to the right, and bring them up through center and drop them over to the left. And take this gentle windshield wiper with your knees, letting them fall softly from side to side to side. And then once again, hug your knees up into your chest, give yourself a good squeeze. Forehead up to meet your knees, curl into a little ball. And then release your head in a few big circles. This time draw your knees apart, away, and then together. Move them away from you, open them apart, and draw them back in together. A couple more like that. And then circle it the other way. Circle in towards you, apart and away. In, apart, away. And then that's good. Set your feet to the earth. Cross your right ankle over top your left thigh. Let your right palm press your right thigh just gently away. If you have very tight hips, this is going to feel good and enough. So stay here. If you want to go deeper, take hold of your left underneath your left thigh. Flex your right foot. Let your getting my rights and lefts mixed up. Flex your right foot. Let your left foot just flop, relax. Draw your left thigh towards the left shoulder. You can stay like this. Or take hold, if you want to go deeper still, hold the shin. Use your right elbow to press your right knee away softly. But keep working the left knee towards the left shoulder. And breathe. Here, release the left foot. Take hold of the right foot. Draw it up in towards you, and maybe you just stay here like this. Or if it feels good, you can cradle your right foot. Hook it into the crux of your left arm. Draw the shin up close towards you. Stay here, or stretch out the left leg. Try to press your left thigh bone down into the mat. And breathe. Reclined pigeon, Kapalabhati. Supta Kapalabhati. Breathing in and breathing out. Maybe rock it a little side to side. And then take the right foot into the right hand and draw your knee down towards the earth. Half happy baby. And then straighten it up and release it down. Give your legs a little shake and a wiggle. And then bend your knees. Cross your left ankle over top your right thigh. Interlace your hands around the back of your right leg. Flex your left toes, let your right toes just flop down. Use your left elbow to press the left knee away, even as you draw the right thigh towards your right shoulder. Stay like this, or interlace your hands around the outside of your shin to make it a deeper stretch. Breathing in and breathing out. Relaxing your face, your neck, shoulders, jaw, brow. Gently set the right foot down. Cradle the left arm, either hold the foot or tuck it into the inner elbow. Draw your shin up and in towards your chest. And maybe straighten out the right leg. Any level of the pose, any expression of the pose is still the pose. So do and be in your own body. Give yourself more of what feels good. Do less. Don't do any of what doesn't feel good. And then gently from here, take the left foot into the left hand. Draw your left knee down towards the earth for a half happy baby. And then release, let that go. Stretching long onto your mat. Give your legs a little shake and a wiggle. Let them come to release, relax. Hug both knees into your chest one more time. Give yourself a good squeeze. Let your head go back to the earth. Stretch your left leg long. Hug your right knee in close to your chest. Half Padangusthasana. Wind relieving pose. Hold here, breathe. And then right hand on your right knee, open the knee out to the side. Inhale, draw the knee up through center. And exhale, change hands. Twist. Inhale, knee up through center. Exhale to open and twist. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, twist. Just take a few more like that, just preparing the body for a hold. Creating the muscle memory, finding the space. And the next time your knee opens out to the side, let's hold it there. Left hand on your left hip, right hand on your knee. You can stay like this. You can take your block or your blanket and rest your knee onto the block. If you want to go a little deeper, you can take hold of your big toe. You can also rest onto the block, or you can move that out of the way and hold and breathe. Left leg is not working hard, but it's not flopped open to the side either. From here, draw the leg back through center. You can bring your foot to rest onto your thigh. Scoot your hips to the right. And again, you can take a block to rest your knee or your calf onto the block. Open your arms to the side. Press your right shoulder and your right ear down into the mat. That is your anchor for this pose. breathing in and breathing in. If you wanted to straighten your leg here, holding your big toe, you can do that too. Let's take 3 more breaths. And then slowly draw the leg back up. As you come back through center, hug it into your chest. Straighten it up to the sky. Run your hands along the back of your leg and stop where it's enough. Draw your leg in towards your body. Nice deep stretch through the whole hamstring back of your leg. Spin out your ankle, move your toes one way, circle it around the other way. Your forehead up to meet your knees, your one knee. Let your head come back down. Turn your toes towards your left shoulder. Draw your leg towards your body and across towards the left shoulder and in towards your body. And you'll feel your IT band. It's not a big movement, but it is very intense when you find it. So play around a little bit. It's like you're making a cross with your leg. I'm exaggerating with my arm. And then gently release. Give it a little shake. Let that go. Release and relax. And then the other leg. Draw the other knee up into your chest. Give it a nice squeeze. Moving the blocks out of the way. Left hand to your left. Left hand to your left knee. Open the knee out to the side. Inhale, bring it up. Change, twist, exhale. Inhale up through center. And exhale to open it. Inhale it up. And exhale to twist. Inhale. And exhale. A few more times. Next time your knee opens out to the side, stay here. Right hand to your knee, or to your hip. And either hold the knee or set the knee onto a block, giving it a little support so you don't have to do so much work. Or if you took the big toe on the one side, do the same on the other. Right leg is a little bit active. It's not flexed, but it's not flopping open to the side. Breathing in and breathing out. And slowly come on back through center. Change. Right hand to the knee. Lift up your bum and set it over towards the left. Again, you can take your block to rest your knee onto the block. If you took your leg straight on the other side, do the same on this side. Whatever feels good for you, but press the left shoulder and the left ear down to the mat. Foot resting on the right thigh makes it a little bit softer, a little less intense. Foot falling to the floor makes it deeper. From here, slowly come on back. Move the block away. As you come back to center. Trace your hands along the back of your leg and stop wherever it's enough. Draw the leg gently towards your body. Don't force it, don't strain. And then lift your forehead up to meet your leg. And then as you set your head down, turn, point your toes over past your right shoulder. Bring your leg in towards your body and then over and across like you're making the other half of the X. Get a deep stretch along the IT band. Small movement, deep sensation. You can also bend the bottom knee and make a real X there. You might feel it. If you're having trouble feeling it, try that. And then release and let that go. And again, take a little shake and a wiggle. Reach your arms over your head. Bend your knees. Bring your feet to the outer edges of the mat. Allow your knees to drop to the left. Slide your arms to the right. Inhale, come up center. And exhale the other side. Inhale, center. Exhale. Breathing in and breathing out. One more each side. This time as your knees fall to the right, stay there. Hold your right wrist. Reach your upper body all the way to the left. Stay like this or bring your right ankle to press gently onto your left knee. If that doesn't feel good, don't do it. Keep your knees, your feet side by side. And then slowly release that. Bring your feet wide apart. Drop your knees to the other side. Hold your left wrist. Pull your left wrist. Slide the left side of your body so it gets a nice big stretch. Maybe the left ankle comes to rest on top of the right knee. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Just deep breaths, breathing into the left side body. And then gently come back. As you come back, hug your knees up into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. As you lay back, lift your legs up to the sky. If you're right next to a wall, this would feel quite delicious to bring your legs right up the wall. Otherwise, stay here. If you want a supported waterfall, you can come back to the bridge position. Lift up your bum, place the block beneath your tailbone. Again, make sure that it's under the sacrum, that big triangular bone at the base of your spine. Most of you, if you feel any discomfort here, bring the block away from your body, not up closer to your head, but away from your body, and it should feel very comfortable. So if there's any discomfort, just take the block away and and just take the waterfall flat on your back. Give your legs a little shake and a wiggle. You could roll out your ankle. We forgot to roll out the ankle on the other side, the other foot. So you can do that now. And then big breath in, any remaining stuff. Big breath out, let it go. And we'll stay here about 10, 15 breaths. So just settle in. beneficial to be upside down. We allow freshly oxygenated blood, oxygen, air, energy to flow freely in the opposite direction, nourishing our heart and our head. This is good for varicose veins, good for your skin, good for your circulatory system. Take 5 more breaths. And then very gently from here, keep your eyes closed, just release. If you're on a block, you have to bring your feet to the mat. Lift your hips, remove the block. Lower back, down, stretch everything long. Holding on to the calm that's inside of you. Take up a lot of space. Let your feet flop open to the sides, landing whichever way they wish. Arms fall away from your body, fingertips curling slightly to the sky. Give your glutes a little shake and a wiggle, then come to release, relax. Same with the back of your chest and shoulders. Turn your head to one side. Turn your head to the other side. Come back to center, tuck in your chin a little bit. And allow yourself to drop into a place of quiet, conscious relaxation. We'll take 10 to 15 breaths here. I'll guide you out when it's time to come out. Allow everything, your forehead, your brow, your jaw, your neck, shoulders, hips, everything release, relax. The time, please stay here as long as you have. Otherwise, begin to deepen your breath. To swallow, wiggling your fingers and toes, rolling out your wrists and your ankles, turning your head side to side and back to center. Bring your legs together, flex your feet, interlace your hands around the back of your head. And keep your shoulders on the ground, just tilt your head so you're looking down to your toes, a little neck stretch. And then gently release that. Use your right arm as a pillow. Come to roll onto the right hand side of your body. Pause here. We come into fetal pose after corpse pose to remind us that after every ending, there is a new beginning. Pressing down into the mat, slowly make your way up to a comfortable seat. Still with your eyes closed, sitting onto your block or your blanket if that feels comfortable. Palms together at your heart. We pause here, Namaskar Mudra. The divine in me sees and greets the divine in you. We pause to give thanks for all that we have, to send love and healing to all those who need it. Let's close this practice with one Om together. Breathe in. speech and intention. Namaste.